Hello everyone, Summer2009 Border here and welcome back. I just wanted to start part 2 of my big stadium project thing with this screen just to show you and prove before anybody does ask any questions that it is actually my own work and that it's not stolen off anyone. So there you've seen that it is a world on my computer that I have built. I'm not saying that anybody would have accused me of doing that, of stealing. I'm sure you wouldn't. I'm sure people on YouTube are not like that, but I just wanted to prove that at that point. Okay, so last time out we looked at the stadium itself. This time we're going to look at some of the areas in and around the corners of the stadium and around the stadium itself. This might be the last part 2. So anyway, we'll head through the store, and the first thing I'll show you is the staff area. This is the staff entrance to this building. The public would not be allowed in here. Floor 1 we have a kitchen and the storeroom. That's the stairs to floor 2. Again, the storeroom is pretty basic, and the kitchen is as well. This is for the restaurant, which is out there, which we'll get to see in a minute. Yeah. So that's the kitchen. Oops, that's happening because of that. The easy way to sort that out is just to take it out of there. And then we'll move up to floor 2. There's not many staffing areas. Floor 2 is the club shop counter, which just basically that's it. There's nothing more above this for the staff, and you'll get to see around the club shop as well. For those of you who are wondering what that brick thing is out there, that's the thing I'll have used for my introduction video, which you'll see. We'll go back down to the bottom floor now. Along here is the reception area for the main entrance to the whole facility, with the desks and all that, and the signs over there, which you'll get to see what all that's about. Now this corner does get pretty complex. There is a lot in it, and you're going to get to see one of the best viewing platforms ever in Minecraft at the top. But first of all, this is all linked in. It's linked in up there. Oh, excuse me a minute, guys. I forgot. I've left the difficulty on, so there's monsters in the world. I'll take that off so there's no monsters. Okay, this is the Minecraft United Football Club fan corner. There is no seating in this corner of the stadium. Okay, so here we'll see everything. There are 7 floors. We have toilets and reception, then we have cafe and a way through to the hotel, which is that thing over there. Floor 1. Club shop, stadium history information, which will go around, the deep swimming pool and changing rooms, the club museum, the fan fun area, and the floor 7, the stadium viewing. So first of all, we'll show you around. Here's the reception on floor 0, the male toilets, which are pretty big, pretty damn epic, and the female toilets, which are also pretty damn big. We go right along there. There's even a corner here to go back out. So head up to floor 1. Floor 1 is the cafe. The cafe is pretty much the same as the corporate area in the stadium. There's a kitchen, and then there's the corridors and sort of the seating around about. That goes through to the hotel level 1. I will show you the hotel separately, but that's the way through there. You'll get to see where that leads. It's pretty clever, actually. I couldn't believe my luck when I actually built it all together, and I couldn't believe it was all going to fit perfectly without any alterations. So we'll head up to floor 2 now. Floor 2 is a little bit more to show you. There's a club shop. Okay, the club shop sells a lot of things. We sell pictures, we sell enchantment tables. Here's all the pictures down here, corridors and corridors of them. We sell, obviously, there's chests and plenty of areas to put stuff. There's a payment area over here, which is the other side of the staff area. There's books galore. Books galore. I know a very good friend I mentioned in the last video, Alice. She'd love that area. She loves her books. Check her, you know. And beds, of course, we even sell beds in the Minecraft United Football Club store. And finally, the final thing we also sell is music boxes, which only make noises when you hit them, but they're not gonna. There you go. So that's what the club store sells. So we're up to floor 3 and we're into the stadium history information. Now, this is going to take a long time to get round. I'm going to read the signs as we go around. This is basically a thing where you follow it around. It says, welcome, follow route round reading these. So you read the signs and it tells you about the football club. And fans would need to take information in from this, because a bit further up, 3 floors up, they're going to need it. Okay, so in 1880, Minecraft United Football Club was formed. These stand at just 5 rows and a shed for changing areas. The north stand was away fans only, just 2 rows high. The south stand was not much better with just 3 rows. The west stand was a field that did not exist. No corners were in existence and a fence was the boundary. The pitch was poor, the goals were wooden rope. The surrounding areas were fields and a railway line. The club's early years were very successful with the promotion. In 1890, the club were promoted to the League. They were now a professional football club in League 4. Changes had to be made, and a 5-row west stand was built. The east stand was brought up to 25 rows to bring in crowds. This was huge back then. Now it is just half of the tier. In 1895 the club reached to League 2 with 2 promotions. It stayed there for 15 years as a solid club. More was built. The west stand was brought up to 10 rows. In the meantime, the north and south stand now had 10 rows. Major development was added in 1903. It was a roof. Lights were added in 1907, bringing in night games. Disaster struck. And in 1910, the club in the bank account. The club's owner had massive debts and could not sell. Back-to-back relegation saw the club back in League 4. Stadium capacity was around 25,000 people, however average crowds were now just 4,000 per home game. The club rotted but stayed in the league until 1934. In 1934 a German business billionaire bought the club. Things turned around as better players were bought. From 1937 to 1940 the club saw triple promotions. For the first time in 60 years the club was in League 1. Crowds packed the stadium and an expansion was needed. The club built its training facilities in 1943. The stadium saw further expansion in 1945. The main stand was doubled to 50 rows. The north stand was raised to 25 rows. The south stand and west stand were also made 25 rows high. This gave the stadium a capacity of around 40,000. Between 1945 and 1948, the club solidified in League 1. Crowds of around 37,000 regularly filled out. The club was booming, and in 1950 roads were built. This included 2 highway junctions and another road. In 1960 the club finished in 5th in the League 1, the best ever. This meant the club would take its first steps into Europe. In 1961 the club won the UEFA Cup, but finished 8th. The club would have another chance in Europe, but it was disappointment to finish in just 8th. Between 1962 and 1965 the club won the UEFA Cup again. Their league finishes were not bad either, higher than 6th. In 1965 the club finished 4th in League 1. This meant they could now compete in the Champions Cup. The club won the FA Cup in 1966 and finished 3rd. However, the Champions Cup was won by Real Madrid. They beat Minecraft United in the final 3-2. The club was still proud of its achievements and pushed on. For the club knew they would have another chance in 1967. The club needed to expand again, and the West Stand was expanded. It was now 50 rows, which is its current size. The West Stand currently houses 20,000 people. The club's capacity was now about 50,000. They soon filled out every game once again. Pressure was growing as fans protested for expansion. The club had to act and expanded once again. This was down to the success of winning the Champions Cup. In 1967, the club beat Real Madrid in the final 5-3. It was seen by many fans as 1966 revenge. The stadium saw a massive expansion in 1969. The south stand was raised from 25 rows to 60 rows. It currently stands at that size today, housing 13,000. This meant the stadium could now house 58,000 fans. The first corner was built in 1970, the northwest. It was just 25 rows but added 4,000 more spaces. In 1970 the club also built its multi-storey car park. The coach park was also added for coaches of away fans. The training facilities were created from what they were. This gave the club the latest technology in training. In 1970, the big 61,000 a week crowds packed the stadium. The club had amazing backing and won League One. The north stand and north-east corner saw massive changes. The corner was expanded by 10 rows, adding a further 2,000 spaces. The north stand was also built to 35 rows and split into two. The east side would now house the 5,000 away fans each game. The west side would now house 5,000 home fans each game. This made the stadium have a capacity of 69,000. The club was ready to push on when disaster struck. The club went bankrupt for a second time with huge debts. 4 relegations saw the club average just 800 a week. But in 1973 the club was saved again and bought out. The new owner was today's current owner, Simon A. An Englishman born in the north, was a trillionaire. Within the next 4 years till 1977 he bought the club back. The crowds came flooding back bigger than ever. The stadium was regularly stuffed with 69,000 crowds. The club was once again in League One with 4 promotions, and in 1977 the club had to come back to win the league again. This time financial threat was no worry. The club was now worth about 150 million, including the staff. However, that value would rise with more development. In 1980, the club developed under-pitch technology. It meant the floodlights could be demolished. Under-pitch heating and lighting had been invented. On the corners of lines a square on the pitch, a square could be placed. It would be clear, allowing light up onto the pitch. Heating was simply pipes placed under the pitch. During freezing conditions they would fill with boiling water. This would heat the pitch to above 4 Celsius, melting any ice. The stadium was forced to expand further. At the back of the east stand a corporate area was built. This would generate extra income for the club. Business packages and hospitality was now available. The club continued success on the pitch. In 1982 the club claimed its first quadruple. They won the National Cup, winning the final 4-0. They also claimed the League Cup final 6-3. Then the Champions Cup was clinched with a 5-0 win over Manchester United. The club won the Football League One with 94 points. The success was backed by sellout crowds. In 1985 Mindsport was built to generate further income. You'll see what Mindsport is later on. The facility would house several sports pitches. A wooden football pitch and viewing area were built. A wooden floor basketball pitch was also constructed. A tennis court was at the back at the building. Badminton courts were also added near the back. All pitches were made of wood, were heated and lit. This would generate more income for the club. The stadium needed further expansion to house more. The southeast corner was filled in, expanding it. This was in 1993, and a TV studio was also built. 20 rows were added, adding 3,000 to the capacity. The southwest corner was filled in slightly bigger. It had storage and 4,000 more spaces for matches. This meant the stadium could now have 76,000. In 1994, it faced its latest expansion. The stand had a tier built above the corporate area. It doubled its size to 40,000, the total capacity, what it is today, of 96,000. In 2000, the northeast corner had this facility. This is how the stadium stands now, but more was added. A hotel was built outside in 2005 and a statue in 2007. The training facilities were upgraded again in 2011. A stand of 5,000 capacity was built for fans. The office block was built in 2012. This is how everything is to date in 2013. Thank you. We hope you enjoyed your experience. So that's the stadium history of the fans that have been around. And that is something I completely made up. I wrote all of that about the history of the club. So we'll go up to floor 4 now, which shouldn't take too long. That's the deep swimming pool and changing rooms, which I will now show you. The floor is made of emerald. Well, emerald, or whatever you want to call it. In here we have the females with the gold, the storage and their showers, the changing areas, which are really big. They go way back, and they're just cubicles, as you can see, where the ladies get changed. And in the males we have diamond ore, which makes the floor a nice blue instead of the yellow for the females. We have storage and showers again for the males, and the same sort of thing, different shape but just the same size of changing areas for the men. And then we all go along here and we see steps down into a deep water swimming pool. How deep is this? Very deep. That is the bedrock on the bottom of the world down there, so it goes right down, you know, outside. This second row of glass up here is the same level as the outside floor, so that's how deep it is. It's very deep. Deep water pool. Come on, sprint. There we are. Can't sprint fine Minecraft, unfortunately. So now we're going to head up to floor 5. Club Museum. In here we have all different exhibitions, which I'll show you. I just put some pictures on the wall and made up some stories, really. That's all I could do for the museum. Well, I kind of made it realistic. I actually started around here, so... Here we have 2 famous MUFC footballers, Michael Johnson, a world-class goalkeeper, and Jeremy Smith, a world-class striker of the ball. And that sounds like it has started to rain. Oh dear. And that's making noise, which I'm not happy about, so I'm going to change that. And that should make the rain disappear. I don't know why that's making noise, because we're 3 floors down, but there you go. So where was I? Oh, I was around here. Here are some of the stadium's early years, a picture there. Here we have one of MUFC's best managers of all time, Gordon Stritch, who took the team through 4 promotions. Here is an early here was an early idea for the top of the statue. Here are some of the stadium's early years. This famous shot was taken in 1976. The worst weather. It was known as the whiteout. 3 feet of snow in 2 hours. 3 feet is about just under a metre. Here we have an upper stanchion cross section, and there was a seating cross section for the stadium. Here we have an early model of the stadium. Oh, this is a model of the stadium as it is now. And this is the northeast corner. You are here, the white one. Back here we have a stadium model as it was in the mid-1900s, and a very early stadium model when the West Stand did not exist. First ever model of the stadium. The green being the pitch, of course. And then round here we have, this is the distance of the longest ever goal in a final ever. 61 yards by Henry Retter in the the 1966 Champions Cup final. I would have been stood here on the white spot, and the ball would have been scored in the net at this point here, this picture frame, so you can see how long that was. And then finally in the museum, here we have a redstone lamp used in the wooden floors as light. Just basic stuff really. Here we have a furnace used to cook food in the stadium. Here we have an enchantment table used for magic. Magic can also be used to enhance players' abilities. You can buy both of these items on floor 2, because also here is a jukebox capable of playing music. They're used in relaxation for players in corporate areas. Here we have a large chest with a capacity of 3,454 items. Both of these items, and there's the same one here, 1,728 items. Both of these are used in staff and storage areas. Here is a bookshelf used in the lounge area. You can also buy this item from floor 2, club shop. Here's a security door used to keep the safe locked. Here we have a standard toilet. Here we have a bed used in the hotel and injury rooms. You can also buy this item on floor 2 and over there, which I'm going to have to get round to show you the final thing. Here we have a shower used in the swimming pool. They also exist in player referees' changing rooms. So that's it for the club museum. So it shows you around the club a bit. So now we'll head up to floor 6. Ooh, scary music. Fun! Right, here is some bolts. This game is just for fun. You pick up a control, use to control the bolts in the water. Only one rule, no violence or fighting, have fun. This is just one of those things where you would have remote controls on here, which you obviously can't put in Minecraft. And boats on the water, and you can sail them round. That's all that would be. Football blast. This is quite simple. Football's not allowed on the red area. Only kick the ball when you're in the green area, thank you. Blast the ball as hard as you can into the net. This score will tell you the speed of the ball contact at, so it's how fast the ball was travelling when it hit the net. As you can see, it's very hard to miss. You know, the idea is that you do hit the goal there. The competition is how hard you hit it. And that's another sign saying don't only kick the ball in the green area, because the red area is like a standing where you can look in and all that and watch, and you don't want people getting hurt. Okie dokie. And the last game in here is question time. There are 10 questions. Pull the lever that you think is correct, and the piston will move. It will show colour behind. If it is red, the answer is wrong, but if it is green, the answer is correct. The score out of 10. So for instance, I will just show you an example, and let's go with this. Let's say, what was Minecraft United Football Club's revenge score over Real Madrid in the Champions Cup? Now that was down on the history section of the stadium, so if they took notice they would have known that it should be A, if I remember correct. No, was it 3-2? I think it was 5-2. But anyway, this is what fans can do. So I'm just going to pull any lever and show you as an example. It was B, 5-2. So there you can see the green behind, which means they've got the answer right. If however they pull the incorrect answer, it's red. And it's the same for all 10 questions. If you want, I'll show you all 10 questions, but I ain't going to pull the lever for the answer. The length of the longest goal in the Champions Cup, which was 61 yards if I remember correctly. The new owner was a billionaire, trillionaire, millionaire, thousandaire. Who took over the club's second bankruptcy? Was it... okay. Well, my real name's on there, so I'm not going to read that out. Which stand houses the away fans? Pretty nice questions, really. What decade did the club go bankrupt for the second time? I'm going to fly because it's quicker. Or sprint, actually. Which stand was built last by the club? Which corner are we in now? It's only one more, I think. Yep. What year was MUFC formed? What capacity is current Minecraft United Stadium? Just to stress again, if you've watched part 1 you'll know that I am not a Manchester United fan in real life. My club is actually Middlesbrough, but it's my choice. Not that I've got anything really against Manchester United, it's just that I just don't want people thinking I'm a fan of a club I'm not. Okay, so we'll head up to floor 7 now, which is the final one, which is the stadium viewing. Well, this is fantastic. On here we have, you know, all the way around there are windows. This is brilliant. I wanted to come up here at night. You can see the stars up there and all that. So that's really, really good. You can see the stars. It's a good area for viewing the stars. There's actually a music box in the middle there. And over here, you must be tied onto the fence by a rope because fans can stand on here, trying not to fall. And from this point you can see, if you look carefully, the whole near enough stadium as it is. Now you sit there and tell me that is not epic. That is amazing. That is not bragging, that is just amazing. The full stadium in its glory. So now we're going to head back down. We've seen all of this corner. And I'm going to head over to... I'm going to show you the car park. Oh, first I'm going to show you the hotel. I keep forgetting how big I've actually made this thing. Five, 4, 3, well it might have been 2 actually. Yeah, it was. Okay. Now let's head over to the hotel. I don't really need to show you much in the hotel because it's pretty basic stuff. But that's the staff entrance to the hotel. The staff can go in here. There are desks and a reception area, of course. I only need to show you 3 floors of the hotel. There are 10 floors in total. But I'll go right to the top. It's a MUFC hotel. There's a reception area. I'm going to show you the rooms, how they work. Right, we're on floor 0, so we'll start here. There's 0A, 0B, 0C, and it goes round like that. 0D, 0E, 0F, 0G, 0H. We'll head up to floor 1, which is the access to the cafe as well. There's actually a 0I, a 1I as well from here upwards. I'm going to show you each hotel room. Well, the eye is a bit different. Apart the pictures on the wall and the bookcase position, I can guarantee they are all exactly the same. I 100% promise you that. The pictures on the wall, apart from the colours, they're in the same position. Colours and the sizes are in the same position. The hotel rooms are set out exactly the same. Just to prove it, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to show you again. Bookcase is there. There's the bathroom. They are all exactly the same as each other. And what I did want to show you on floor 1, along here, you'll see where we are, is the access route and the bridge across to where we were before, the cafe. There we go. And then I'm going to go all the way up to the top now, just for the hell of it, to show you how high it is. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 floors in here. We're right to room floor 10 now. That's how high up we are. That's the car park, which you're going to get to see pretty soon, because next we're going to go over to the coach park. Down to floor 4. Here is the coach park across here. That's a no entries area. Spaces, of course, you can see. I'm actually going to fly up so you can see how big it is. Across here, you can see, you know, there's a road, and there's just loads and loads and loads of coach space, enough for 8,000 fans. I'm going to head this way around the stadium next. There's nothing much more in the coach park to show you. All it is, it's just like this all the way down. Just spaces upon spaces for coaches. I don't need to show you all the parts of everything because a lot of it's very repetitive. Here, oh, I showed you that. That was in part 1. That was a club statue, of course. That over there you can see is the way up to the highway junction. I'll make all this in part 2. Oh, great. So this is the on-way. South left lane, north right lane. And again I'll have to fly up. There's speed limits, there's lighting, 60 miles an hour on here, 80 once you're on the motorway, but there you go. And that's the junction itself. You can see. Left on there and on there, goes round underneath, it goes right underneath underneath here, as you can see, under the highway. It's all held up, if we go underneath, by stanchions all the way along. The highway goes on as far as the railway line. It goes on a long way, as you can see, up to there, out of sight. Same for the railway line, which we're going to show you. Hold on a minute. Right, okay, fair enough. I thought that pig was on my railway line. And I'm going to show you the other junction. I'm flying because it's quicker. Well, actually next I'm going to show you the railway station and the railway lines. Here's a car park for it, the railway station. Here's the extra parking. Right, so now we can get back on the ground. Warning, make sure you have a ticket. These are the ticket machines here that I've put up. We have female toilets once again, plenty of seating for waiting area. Floor's made out of iron, if you're wondering, iron blocks. And over here we have the male toilets. Again. So you can see that. And out onto here, and over here, we have the platforms and one enormous glass roof, which I think is awesome. And around here is place seating and flowers in pots, red and yellow. And those posts aren't in the way of the trains, as you can see. There's plenty of clearance. The yellow line, obviously, platform 2 is the other way bound. You can get up there. We can go over the top of the railway lines here. Down here and into platform 2 waiting area. The yellow line there again. You know, the railway lines go on that way and they actually go up that way, but there you go. So that became that. We put a big. I decided to put a big roof over the top of it, a glass roof, because it's just, you know, keeps you sheltered and all that. This probably looks a bit different from an American railway station, but in Britain we do have a lot of railway stations that look like this. Big glass roofs. All the tree areas you see in the corners are just nature reserves, by the way. Okay, the next bit I'm going to show you is the admin department. Work around the admin department and I'll show you what's over there, down to Mine Sport and then round to the car park, and that should be the tour completed. So this is the official department office. The reception staff go along here, they get in here, and the office and all of that. And here's the floors. Floor 1, Floor 0, reception, female toilets, male toilets. Floor 1 is the player trial, interview and contracts. Floor 2 is finance, bank accounts and club bank. Floor 3 is the scouting, the transfers, research. Floor 4 is general admin, manager's room and staff room. And there's the floor map and the stairs, straight left and straight on. Please report to reception. Here's your male toilets. There's the stairs. Here's your female toilets over here, which I missed out. So we'll head up to floor 1. Which is a player trial and interview, so I'll show you. Right, this is the staff interview area. Both rooms are the same. Of course, there's plenty of seating around a table, which is what you expect at a job interview, if you've ever been to one, that is. Which I'm sure a lot of you adults watching will have. These are contract negotiations for the players. Now this is very, very clever. This system here that I've got. All of this is contract negotiation area. This is the emergency bank ladder. And you'll see where this goes. You can climb up here, out of here, and you're actually into the player negotiations ladder and into the bank, which you will get to see later on. But that is so, you know, any payouts that need to be paid for players to sign on contracts can be accessed straight away. And finally, over here we have a bit of a strange room for an office, but it's a player trials, which for some reason has only got one door, which is rather annoying. Why has that happened like that? Okay. Oops, okay. This is the players only, this is the watching area where the managers will be able to watch, okay. There are two things the players must do. The first one is stand on the register and try and hit a target, that's target practice. The second one is to stand on the right square, they've got to try and pass the ball to the white target, left and over the floor. So they've got to hit the ball so it hits correctly off here and rolls over here. So that's a passing technique. I've left the door open. Up to floor 2. The finance, the accounts and the club bank. Okay, that's starting to get annoying now. Finance is over here, accounts is over here, club finance and banking is this side of the office. Club bank itself, in here we have a security section with a security pass. Over here we have gold and diamond, which is stored like this in big blocks. Diamond in here, which is just that, and the same in here. Chests and chests of diamonds, and gold here. Same thing. Chests and chests and chests and chests of gold. that's the ladder that goes down, and here is the breaking section where gold can be broken up into bits, as can diamond on the anvil. As in Minecraft, we have no money. Gold is actually used to protect. And there's a hard substance. Floor 3. There's scouting and transfers research, which is just again, it's just like one big office. Scouting, transfers, scouting's over there, transfers, research, scouting is that side. Floor 4, the general admin, which is round here, just general offices built up in cubicles, more admin. Staff room, which is a relaxation area for the staff where they can eat, and here would be Mr. Manager's office. And that is it, I do believe. That is the top floor, 4 floors. I don't know how long this video is because I don't know when I started recording, but I'm guessing it's getting pretty long now. The nature reserves, I'm going to fly in, show you, there's just flowers, animals, trees, noisy animals. No more little piglets and stuff like that. Okay, well that's that. That's the car park for the train station. This is the players parking for the training facilities. You're going to see massive training facilities and players will be able to park their cars here. Welcome to Minecraft United Training Centre for the players. In the main building we have a players meeting room where players would sit down and be able to chat with the manager about tactics, everybody together. Over here we have another manager's office when he's not in the admin department. And that's another entrance to the players meeting room. This is the tactical room. This is like a classroom where the manager would, instead of being a meeting, would more talk tactics, complete tactics to the players. Here we have the changing rooms. As you can see, plenty of space for the players to sit down, and the showering area over there. This just leads back out over here. And the way out to the training facilities. Accuracy and target practice building is here. This is all about how, if they can hit the goal, the red area, from different distances, and they're all the same. 6 yards out, 18 yards out, 6 yards is the first box, 18 yards is the second box, 25 yards is the edge of the circle, 30 yards is a long way out from goal. Okay, the second, there's 3 rooms of them. Here we have a very interesting room. Really frightening looking as well. Basically, it's the same idea for both. The players stand on a colour and try and hit the same colour on the wall. So if they're stood on the light green, they've got to try and hit that top light green here with the ball from where they stood. And some of them are very easy, like the purple one here. The light purple one's a long way across there. Some of them are very close, like a red, simply on the angle. Tapping, green, purple, dark purple's easy. And some of them they have to hit them high up and low down from long range. So you can see the differences there. And out here we have another exit. And over here we have flowers, obviously. A way through to the passing, crossing and finishing and extra skills area. That just comes from where we came from. And over here we can go over the bridge, over the main road and down, and it's all fenced off, secure. And this is a real emerald. floor in here. Okay, that's access to all areas, crossing and finishing. This is a nice high room. A nice high room where players that up there is so if the ball goes up there it bounces straight back down. The reason this room is high is so players can practice crossing in the box and finishing on the volley with two little markers as a corner flag. It's just a penalty area if you look, it's nothing else, it's just a penalty area, not a full pitch. And obviously plenty of lighting, otherwise the room will be dark. Here is more passing and skills. Okay, this is a long pass area where players stand one behind each line and pass the ball to each other along the floor or whatever. Here we have a net passing area. It's quite simple. Red interpass. One player for each practice area for interpassing. So a player stands in here, a player stands in here, a player stands in here, a player stands in, and they can't leave their areas, and they've got to practice interpassing the ball with each other. Short, sharp passes. Purple area is a simple area, general skills where players can practice small skills like keep-ups and heading and trickery and stuff like that. So it's just a general practicing area for them. Yellow, and this is a dribbling area where players have to dribble the ball with their feet round the posts and stuff like that. And that's to practice dribbling the ball around players on the pitch. And of course defending would be able to be practiced in different, because there's passing and stuff like that. But there's plenty of space for defending, even though all of it's been attack based right now. There is defensive training facilities here on the main pitches. Next we head round the back, through the tunnel under the highway. They're just bats you can hear. The swimming pool, cycle room, and the pitches are through here. I'm actually going to leave. It's going to be a part 3 for Mind Sport and the car parks. Well, I'm going to show you the training facilities and make that do for part 2. And the other highway junction. The swimming pool is in here. The players simply go up, they get changed, I put the stuff here. They're all men, there's no female situation, and it's just a swimming pool where players can go and swim, and it gets deeper in the middle. So there's plenty of room for players to swim, increase their muscles. They all shower together in football teams, so they don't need privacy. Over here we have the physio's room. Plenty of beds, books, relaxation, music, individual rooms for physios here. Sick players with broken legs and stuff can be treated in this room by physio and club health staff. Here we have space practice and the big pitch practice. Okay, here this is about being able to play in small spaces. There's a pitch that is very, very small and tight, as you can see. That would be good for defensive practice as well. Surrounded by barbed wires, so you can't, so the ball has less chance of going out. You'll understand what this is over here in a minute. And over here we have access to the big pitch, which is good for inter-squad games. As you can see, there's netting and all that. I'm going to cheat and fly over here. You have to walk right round. And fly over here. This is an area where players can park, where fans rather can park their cars. Quite simple, and they can walk up here, or they can walk in from the other side there, and they can walk down here, round the side here, or simply underneath. There's no doors, and all this is It's a little stand with our 5,000 capacity, and this is simply just for fans to watch the players train, nothing more than that. And here's a corner, and I'm actually going to show you something, one last thing before the highway junction. We'll do the highway junction in part 3. This is the last part of part 2. This is a refreshing nature walk. This is simply a place for fans to go, walk around the lake. There's plenty of trees, the fresh air here is immense, you know, as you can see. There's the highway up there, and you can go once around the lake, plenty of lighting at night. And here they will be in the middle of a forest with a seating area. You are now in the middle of a reserve. Take a seat and breathe the freshest air for miles. So there's plenty of places for fans to go and refresh there for a nice fresh air walk. Refresh their lungs with the pleasant smell of pine trees. And that's going to be it for part 2, guys, I'm afraid. So thank you for watching, take care, and join me in part 3, which will be the final part of this project. I just also want to say, and I'll say it again at the end of part 3, I'll just leave the room, is that I would really appreciate it. Oh, you're not going to be able to hear me. I would really appreciate it. I'd be really thankful if you guys could share this video, or share these videos, or at least the introduction video, with everybody you know, and tell them to check it out, because I've worked for 5 months at this, and I'm not after anybody giving me and paying me out any money to buy it off me or whatever. But I would like the world to kind of see it, sort of thing. You know, I'd like it to be popular. So if you guys can just take a couple of minutes just to share this with your friends, and share it with the guys you know in life and all that. Share it with different people on YouTube and help spread the word. It won't take you long. I'll be very thankful if you just tried that. So once again, take care, and I'll see you over in part 3.